It's the most iconic animal of the American frontier, once nearly erased from the wild by mass hunting, now making a stunning comeback as the centerpiece of a billion-dollar industry. Bison meat isn't just food. It's a premium, high-protein delicacy praised for its rich taste and health benefits. In some fine dining restaurants, a single dish featuring bison can cost over $100. But how do you raise an animal that's never truly been domesticated, that doesn't respond to fences, training, or control? This is the story of bison farming. A wild, rugged world where instinct meets innovation. From thundering hooves on endless plains to smart tracking systems and gourmet kitchen. Today, Inside Food Project takes you deep inside one of the most fascinating journeys in the modern food industry. Part 1. The Comeback of a Legend. A little over a century ago, North America's bison population stood at over 30 million. These animals roamed freely across the continent, playing a crucial role in indigenous cultures, ecosystems, and the food chain. Then came the Great Slaughter. From the late 1800 to early 1900, bison were hunted en masse, often as a strategy to force Native American tribes into submission. By the early 20th century, their numbers had plummeted to fewer than 500 animals. But thanks to conservation efforts led by indigenous communities, private ranchers, and environmental groups, the bison has made a dramatic return. Today, over 500,000 bison roam the U.S. and Canada, with nearly 95% raised under managed farming conditions. States like South Dakota, Montana, and Nebraska are home to the largest ranches, where bison graze across tens of thousands of acres largely free, yet carefully managed. But here's the catch. Bison are not cattle. They won't be herded with dogs. They don't like gates or barns, and if you pressure them, they might charge. This forces ranchers to think differently. You don't dominate bison. You work with their nature. So how do you guide an animal that was never meant to be fenced in? Let's find out. Part 2. A rugged leisure. Life for a bison calf begins fast and hard. Within minutes of birth, it must stand, walk, and follow the herd, or risk being left behind in the wild. Bison are seasonal breeders. Mating season, called the rut, runs from July to September. During this time, dominant bulls engage in fierce combat to win mating rights. They paw the ground, roll in dirt, and even urine to mark territory. Then they charge, head to head. These duels can last minutes or hours. Broken horns and deep bruises are common. Only the strongest bulls get to pass on their genes, and even then, the female must accept the courtship. Pregnancy lasts around 9 months, and calves are typically born in spring, timed with the growth of fresh grass. Unlike cattle operations where calves are removed early for faster production, bison calves stay with their mothers for 7 to 12 months, learning social and survival skills. Ranchers tag newborns with RFID chips, monitor weight gains, and administer minimal vaccination. Antibiotics or hormones? Strictly avoided. The focus is on raising naturally strong animals. On well-managed ranches, over 90% of calves survive to weaning, a significant increase over wild conditions, where predation and weather often take a toll. By 6 months, a healthy calf can grow from 30 to 150 kilograms, fueled entirely by mother's milk and native pasture. But what happens when that calf grows into a half-ton tank with horns? Managing adult bison requires more than muscle. It takes serious innovation. Part 3. Technology and herd management. Bison are powerful, unpredictable, and surprisingly fast. Able to run up to 35 miles per hour. That's faster than most horses. To manage herds that can span thousands of acres, ranchers rely on modern tools without interrupting the animals' natural behaviors. Drones now play a central role. They fly over pastures, tracking herd locations, monitoring movement patterns, and identifying signs of illness or injury without spooking the animals. Ear tags feed real-time data into cloud platforms. Daily weight fluctuations, breeding status, health history, all accessible from a tablet or phone. When hands-on intervention is needed, say for health checks or vaccinations, hydraulic squeeze chutes are used. These steel devices gently immobilize the animal, minimizing risk. Training bison is impossible, so the entire system is designed around minimizing stress, mimicking how they naturally move and respond. After installing drone surveillance and digital tracking, Turner ranches saw a 25% drop in veterinary calls and faster detection of at-risk animals. Studies show that reducing stress before slaughter leads to better meat quality with improved tenderness and color consistency. This is modern ranching at its finest, blending ancient instincts with smart tech to raise better meat and better animals. Part 4. Harvesting and processing. At around 24 months old, bison reach their target weight, between 800 and 1,000 kilograms, depending on diet and genetics. But unlike beef cattle, they're not trucked into crowded feedlots. Many are harvested right on site using mobile slaughter units, designed to reduce transport stress and preserve meat quality. Processing is almost entirely manual. These animals are simply too large and too different for automated systems. Workers use precision knives to skin, clean, and divide carcasses. The goal? Maximum respect, minimum waste. Prime cuts like tenderloin, chuck-eye, and short ribs are rich in flavor, low in fat, and offer a distinct clean finish. Bison meat is 3x lower in fat than beef, high in omega-3, zinc, and vitamin B12, naturally hormone and antibiotic-free. USDA analysis shows 100 gram of bison contains just 2.5 gram of fat and more iron than standard beef. Top restaurants in the U.S. feature bison dishes priced between $70 and $120 per plate, a sign of growing demand and prestige. But this isn't just gourmet dining. It's the taste of the untamed West, reborn for the modern table. Part 5. The future of bison farming. Once hunted to near extinction, bison are now driving one of the world's fastest-growing specialty meat markets. From Tokyo to Berlin, consumers are seeking cleaner, leaner, more traceable food. And bison ticks all the boxes. Modern bison farms are no longer just ranches. They're high-tech ecosystems. Investments are pouring into genomic selection to preserve wild traits while improving yield, remote health tracking via biosensors, vertical integration from pasture to export terminal. Demand is so strong that some U.S. farms are now exporting directly to Asia and the Middle East under closed-loop traceable models. But here's what sets bison farming apart. It never tried to erase the wild. Instead, it embraced it. Every steak, every burger carries that legacy. 2015 to 2022, U.S. bison meat revenue rose by 58.7%, according to USDA. 7 in 10 U.S. shoppers say they'd pay more for bison if it means better nutrition and animal welfare. Bison meat is more than just a trend. It's a symbol, a bridge between history and innovation, between the open prairie and the global plate. Thanks for joining Inside Food Project on this journey through the bold world of bison farming. If you love stories about food that matter, how it's made, where it comes from, and who makes it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll see you next time.